Hello everyone, Philip from BlackBull Marks here. A little quick video for you guys. Just wanted to take you through the recent move at NZD USD. Well, actually a while back we had this nice sort of push to the upside. So kind of want to take you guys into the nice deep analysis. Obviously that's that push we had. So what we'll be breaking down is I just want to show you guys sort of what to look for and anticipate to kind of see these moves. What we look for here to look for the move to the upside, and what we can do to anticipate these sort of moves, and what we can look for next. So just a kind of a nice in-depth, deep analysis, breakdown of how you can also manage a trade. So let's quickly dive into that. So I just want to open up our market watch just to make you can see a bit more sort of exaggerated moves. So let's have a quick look at that. Actually, let me actually go back to the previous time frame. So I just want to show you guys. So firstly, obviously, the first thing you always want to look for is where we're sitting in the market, right? So right here, we can see that we're currently sitting at a nice little sort of support. If you look to the left, right? So looking to the left is always the first thing you want to do with the charts, so you kind of get an idea of where we are. So what we see first is obviously we see a consolidation zone, right? So we see the market is moving between sort of these two lines. So that's the first thing we're looking at. We can see that we had a nice support, we saw some more support here, and then again we saw a bit of consolidation around that zone. So now let's dive into this this move more in depth. So just pop this open for you guys. So cool. Alright, so looking at here, what we saw, we do remember now we are sitting on that support. So what we saw originally is we saw this sort of tweezer bottom happening here. I'm not sure if you guys can see that very well. Basically this just want to let you guys know as well, so you can kind of not always trust these books you read because they're all outdated. It's just the market does evolve, or does sort of change over time, so it's up to us as traders to adapt to the market. So we need to try and figure out now how the market moves. So what we saw after this, we saw this nice candle forming here. We saw a nice rejection of the support that we had here previously. However, this candle did still close to the downside, so we saw it was a nice big red candle. So obviously there's not really momentum or anything that wants to push to the upside, as we can see with this next candle over here. You can see it opened and closed just again nicely just above that support. So clearing up all this a bit for you guys so you can see a bit better. The next candle starts to catch our attention, right? So we had this nice green candle over here. However, we had this wick to the upside, so not really much certainty in the market. It was a bit of whipsaw. We saw this low created, we saw the high created, we saw kind of a small little body in the candle. Now, like I said, the market's kind of got our attention, right? So after that candle, get rid of that. After this candle, we saw this guy over here, which is the candle we are looking for, right? So it's almost a bit like a fake out, right? We had that consolidation, we saw the market push through and then push back up again with this candle closed right above here. Now what we see is we do have that support. What we see this next candle here, we saw it open, we saw it push down, test that support, and then what we're looking for is now for this candle to start retracing. We had that nice close, and that was the look to go. And the one thing we had to be aware of was this, just this target over here. So we need to keep that in mind. Now again, to confirm this, looking to the left, we saw some more support, right? Some more support around here. A bit higher, we saw some wick touches, but that didn't really affect it too much. We'll clear this up again. Moving forward, so let's say you took that trade here, obviously stop loss nice below here. What we see the next candle, brilliant little candle. Obviously these closes always represent a nice support. So resistance zone, we saw that wick of this candle test it and start to push higher. We cleared this completely, broke way past it, nice little indication the market wants to continue higher, and then we kind of had this sort of wick over here. Now looking to the left, why did this happen? So this is kind of what you anticipate, right? So you could have your first target set around these supports. We saw these nice rejections, we saw a wick, we saw a candle close above it, just above it. We saw another rejection again, and another rejection there. So nice target for the market to go to. What we had after the candle, so you could potentially, like I said, close the trade, and then sort of partially close the trade and hold some of your trade open for potential run. And now we had this candle retest onto the sort of zone we have here, right? Nice, beautiful retest. We had the wick push up again, obviously into this nice consolidation zone. Well, ugly consolidation zone in this case, but we do still have that sort of top coming up. Now, next candle did the same thing, and then we had that nice push to the upside. So by this time, by the market that reaches that candle, in my opinion, you should be looking to close your trades, and I'll show you Why? So if we can get rid of this, and what we're looking for here is now obviously why we think we should close this trade. Obviously the market can still push up, we don't know, but what we do know is the market has been consolidating here. So we have that top. So what we see is the market hits it, turns around, hits it, turns around. So over here we don't know what can happen. The market can push down into this zone, back into here. So what we can see is some more consolidation. So next thing we need to look for is either a push down into the zone, or ideally what we'd like to see for a nice clean trade is a break above the zone with a candle close, a possible retest with the wick, and for the candle to push further higher. So that's it. Nice quick little breakdown for the Kiwi. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Stay tuned. Trade safe.
You die.